What's up, friend? Welcome back to my channel. Hi if you're new here, hi if you're not. Today we are going to be reacting to a couple posts from the internet, but I wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping before we get started. If you didn't hear the news that I posted on my community tab, I started a subreddit over on Reddit, obviously. Subreddit, Reddit, you get the idea. I will have it linked in the description below if you're like me and you like to aimlessly troll, scroll, lurk Reddit before you fall asleep at night. This is going to be the place to be. I figured it would be a good opportunity for people to be able to share coaches content they come across, feedback on my videos, thoughts of things you would like to see here on my YouTube channel, and really just open up a place where we can all kind of chat and hang out if you're interested. So that's the intro. Let's go ahead and get into the video, but first we will shout out the channel VIP members. Thank you so much for your support. And of course we have Suzanne, Harrison, and Tom in the billionaire tier. I appreciate you all so much. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, give this video a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so the first thing I want to discuss here was something that was trending over on Threads last week, and when I went to go make this video, it looks like the original creator has taken down the post, presumably because she got an insane amount of negative backlash. I'll pop it up on the screen here, but basically it reads, "For goodness sake, put on some mascara and lip gloss before you turn on your camera. You want to be a multiple six-figure business owner, show up like it." Now, the internet basically broke over this comment, and I myself reposted it essentially saying I didn't realize I had to wear makeup in order to be successful because, as you've seen in some of my content, I'm literally putting on makeup while I'm filming my videos. I could say a lot of things about this particular post, but I think I'm simply just gonna leave it at do whatever the f you want, whatever makes you feel good, and don't listen to this kind of discourse on the internet telling you that the only way you're gonna be successful is if you put on makeup and look a certain way. I think this comment is pretty clearly rooted in misogyny, but that's a discussion for another day. The reason why I wanted to share this in particular was because, funny enough, the day after this woman posted this comment, I posted a reel, which I'll put silently up on the screen here, where I'm sharing advice on how it's really important in business to not reject yourself. Like, if you want to do something, you should just do it and let the other people tell you no versus like telling yourself no before you pitch yourself for opportunities. A story for another day. But I received this DM after I posted that video. And I mean, if you've watched my YouTube content, I've literally done this in YouTube videos here where I put on makeup while I react to content. So it's not like a new concept. But this DM read, "Why are we watching you put on makeup, discuss being yourself? Don't you think young women should learn how to accept themselves without makeup and stop worrying what society expects them to be? I have 3 nieces and it's very concerning that we are normalizing having to put on makeup to leave the house or be on camera. Very sad. I know you mean well, but the whole makeup influencer thing, not a good role model for young women. First of all, I'm not a makeup influencer. Second of all, I started the video without makeup on, so I think that pretty clearly indicates that I'm fine being on camera without makeup. Third of all, my audience isn't your 3 nieces. I don't know, but I'm assuming they're young. I'm not really targeting 10-year-old girls." Point number 4, in juxtaposition to the other post I shared that told us we have to wear makeup if we want to be successful, now I'm being told, don't wear makeup. We should normalize being successful without it. The moral of the story is do whatever the hell you want. If you want to build a business, show up however you want. Wear makeup, don't wear makeup. I don't care. Can we stop policing what everyone is doing? That's all I gotta say. Okay, this isn't really like coaches coaching coaches content, but I think it really just speaks to the idea that in business, especially online business, everyone has an opinion about everything. And that's what I say about my content. Everything I share on this channel is my opinion. You might watch my videos and disagree with what I have to say. That's okay. I am not like the doer and sayer of what is right and wrong. I'm just sharing with you what I think based on my own experiences. So all that to say, if you are someone that is interested in building a business or showing up online, do it however the you want and stop letting the trolls dictate what you do on the internet, okay? This next post is a screenshot from an Instagram post, but I cropped it so you couldn't see the username. And the post was like it was an image of text. So that's why it kind of looks like a comment. It says, "I know you see her private jet rides and mega mansions and think I want that. But what you don't see is the number of families she bankrupted to get there. You might want her glamorous aesthetic, but trust me, you don't want her karma." And so this particular creator is speaking out towards business coaches in particular, people that are making these grandiose false lifestyle claims. Similar content to what I make. Now, what I thought was particularly interesting, however, about this post was the comment section. So, for example, let's look at Exhibit A. To me, this and all types of polarizing comparison is building a brand based on the exact same principles as the side you are comparing. Break out of the box, babe. I think beyond that, and what kind of energetic essence and influence you could have in a way that doesn't tear other people down. Frankly, if it were me wanting to take a money program to heal blocks, I'd want to take it from someone who is doing it in a holistic way. So I think it's important to note that the creator who made the original post is a coach herself. So I think what this comment is trying to say, like,
if you're trying to build your own coaching business, why are you talking other coaches and the way that they do it?
But to me, I'll pop the original post back up on the screen here. This comment isn't directed at anyone in particular. In fact, I find it very similar to the type of content I make. It's never really about a particular person so much as the things that they do, the things that they say, the things that become normalized in the industry, the common behavior, common rhetoric, common words that are used. And so it's not really about tearing anyone down, in my opinion, so much as simply saying, maybe we should take a look at the lifestyle these people are selling and what it took for them to be able to achieve that. Now, this next comment really irks me because it feeds into the narrative of personal responsibility.
You have to take accountability for the decisions you've made. If you invested in a bad coach, that's your fault.
Blah, 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 blah. I actually featured a woman in this video here who is a prime example of someone who has been conditioned to believe that the reason why she is so deeply in debt from paying for multiple coaching programs is a result of her own mindset and her own mistakes. So let me read this comment and then we'll continue the conversation. What are your thoughts on those bankrupted and them taking personal responsibility for not making wise financial decisions? It's not like she stole their credit card. Again, to me, this really negates the conditioning that we see happening in the coaching industry. Like if I'm someone who consumes a lot of coaching content, I really kind of get like indoctrinated into the cult, which by the way, I have a video that talks about the comparisons between cults, MLMs, and coaching programs. So if you haven't watched that, I think you should watch that, then come back here, because that's going to give you the context that really helps you to understand the point I'm trying to make here. But the idea is, it's not like we just wake up one day and we come across this coach that's like,
I'm gonna teach you how to make $10,000.
And we give them our credit card and pay them all this money. No. Typically, I would say in the majority of cases, especially with people who are investing in a lot of coaching programs over and over and over again and still not getting results, those people have become so deeply ingrained in the industry. They've consumed probably hours of content, whether it's podcasts, YouTube videos, Instagram. They've been in multiple different coaching containers, as they like to call them, or Facebook groups, really just getting into this headspace where all of the behavior that once you're out of it seems so weird and makes absolutely no sense. It becomes normalized when you're in it. And so to say that it's like,
oh, it's your personal responsibility to know where you're spending your money.
No, when you are indoctrinated into a cult-like atmosphere, you don't really have the wherewithal to ask critical questions, to make sure that you're appropriately doing your due diligence, to be aware of the red flags, because you are so blinded by what you are being told by like the upline, by the people who are successful, that your ability to think critically starts to become diminished. So I think that comments like this and this narrative of, well, you have to learn how to take personal responsibility really negates the power of indoctrination, particularly in the coaching industry. Next comment, similar to the first one, reads, the moral superiority game I see women playing, who is more righteous, is all cut from the same comparison cloth and needs to be perceived as better. So this is feedback that I've received, how I'm only trying to tear down other women to make myself look better, blah, 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 blah. And to me, this is kind of like a deflection tactic, because rather than having to look at how your own behavior might be somewhat problematic, you're basically just saying,
well, you're just trying to make yourself look better, so that's on you, and everything we're doing is fine.
I don't know. Some of you might have more articulate thoughts on this in the comments, but again, considering the original post doesn't call out anyone in particular and is simply speaking to a behavior, to me this seems just like a deflection tactic. Anyway, all that to say, if you guys have thoughts on this, be sure to share them in the comments down below. Okay, last post is just a quick screenshot of a caption that I saw that made my jaw hit the floor, and I thought it would be funny to laugh at it together. So here's what it reads. So I was really nervous to say this out loud, but a few months ago, I applied for my first job since 2007. It was a contracted part-time job, but still. That is how hard business has been lately, where I can usually get paid $800 an hour as a business coach. I was hoping for a $50 an hour facilitation job. And this is why I think it's so important for us to have a conversation about this, so we don't have to suffer alone and we can collectively come up with ideas on what to do about it. Okay, here's the thing. This was sent to me, so I'm not sure who this post was from. Like, I don't know the account, I don't know the business coach, I don't know their experience and so on. But to think that your time is worth $800 an hour, when in British Columbia, where I live, even a general surgeon who is literally operating on people only makes $150 an hour. How does this make any sense? To me, this post proves the point that pricing in the business coaching space in particular, or like coaching in general, I suppose, has become so inflated and outrageous that it actually makes no sense when you think about it in the context of like a normal job. Okay, so let's do some fun math here. Let's pretend, for the context of this video, that I actually get paid $800 an hour. Now let's pretend I work 40 hours a week. Now I know most of these coaches only work 4 hours a week, not 40, but we're going by the standard work week. So I work 40 hours a week, I get paid $800 an hour, and then I work 52 weeks of the year. That would mean that my annual salary is over $1.6 million. Now, please tell me, unless you're a business coach for some kind of like multi-billion-dollar conglomerate, in what world is the advice and the strategy, or I guess with coaching, technically you're not supposed to give any advice, but most business coaches are actually consultants cosplaying as coaches, a story for another day. But in what world would the information that you're providing to your clients or the support you're providing to your clients be worth $1.6+ million a year? Someone in the comments, please explain it to me, because it doesn't make any sense. I just don't understand when you make a post like this and you're complaining about, I used to make $800 an hour and now I have to go make $50 an hour, which, by the way, let's do the math on that one as well. If I'm making $50 an hour, I'm working 40 hours a week and I'm working 52 weeks of the year, that's still a 6-figure salary. That's still a really good wage. So to come on and complain that,
woe is me, my business isn't doing well, I have to get a part-time job where I'm only gonna make a 6-figure salary.
I know she said part-time hours, but still. I just think it's so out of touch with reality, and it's really the reason why I wanted to share it is because to me, it gives an example. Again, if we think back to the point about like getting indoctrinated into the industry, not really realizing what's normal and not normal, the person making this post, if they've been doing it since 2007, because they said they haven't had to apply for a job since 2007, they have probably become so far detached from how the rest of the real world works that they don't see why this is problematic. So it kind of just made me laugh when I saw it because it was so ridiculous, but I also understand how this person likely reached the point where they think that this is normal. Again, anyway, all that to say, I would love to hear your thoughts on this content in the comments. If you have content you want me to react to here on YouTube, whether it's videos or screenshots, I have a Google form link down below where you can share that. That's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, that's okay too. Thank you so much for being here. I'm gonna leave you on screen with a reaction video I did a couple of weeks ago that I think is probably lawsuit material. So give it a watch if you haven't already. Take care, comb your hair, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!